MVP, Keyshawn.
Oh, no, I don't want to touch this.
Keyshawn. Who you got?
Man, do I really want to touch this right now?
Yep. Show your objectivity.
You know, I feel like, to me, I know LeBron is favored plus 120 versus Kevin at plus 400. I feel like it'll go to Kevin because his efficiency, in a short amount of time, he can score a bunch of them.
Yep.
LeBron obviously may play a little more minutes. He may have certain situations with the ball in his hand at the end of games. So to us, it's like, oh, LeBron won the game for him. I don't think the games are going to be that close where it's going to come down to those sort of things at the end of games anymore. Well, like it did in the practice rounds where he had those 2 straight games where all of a sudden it was LeBron James time. I think it'll be different. The efficiency of KD, though, and I think he's going to stay pretty efficient, right? Obviously, that 100% mark the other day going into the third quarter was eye-popping, but he's going to be pretty close to that along the way. I mean, the dude's an all-time leading scorer of the USA men's basketball team. I mean, obviously, he's played in more games than most, but in the end, I think it's a KD situation. Make sure your homeboys tell you I said that, too, now.
Trying to get back, Key, trying to get back on his good side. that was Carolina. That was Carolina Key right there. That wasn't Crenshaw Key right there. No, I think when I look at it, like, I think Key is right in so many ways that KD is still going to be able to score at a high rate. He's still going to be able to be efficient because of who he is and the teammates he has around him. But I just think when I look across the board, I think LeBron is going to have the edge for the most part. And my dark horse in all of this that's not listed is Anthony Davis. But LeBron is going to have more opportunity. He's going to play more minutes. He played 27 minutes, Skip, out of a possible 40. He's going to have the ball.
On the team.
The most on the team. Like, he's going to have the ball in his hands 99% of the time. He's going to be able to put up stats all across the board. 21 points in the last game. Kevin Durant had 23. But look at this stat. Kevin, 2 rebounds, no assists. LeBron, 7 rebounds and 9 assists. That's going to tip the scale right there. I just think the other numbers across the board, and LeBron can do that every night. Whereas Kevin, he probably most likely going to end up being the leading scorer again. But just across the board, I think LeBron is on a mission. He definitely wants gold. And he's going to make it a point to be the best player on this USA roster. Adding another notch. Adding another notch.
As I predicted.
To his GOAT status.
Well, that's why he's doing it.
And this is why, you know, he wants to show the world. 40,000, Olympic gold, MVP at the Olympics. The list is going to continue to go on.
Michael Jordan didn't have one of those.
Michael Jordan is not going to have. Oh, so we were just talking like they give out tournament MVPs and all of this? I didn't know that.
They just, I think they started it, stopped it, started again, right?
I think it just started in 2020, the last Olympics.
Okay.
And Kevin won that one. So
in the
he's
last
got
Olympics?
One. Yeah.
Okay, so they just started the tournament MVPs where they give out this award.
Yes. So it's fairly new. FIBA does it. FIBA picks it.
Okay.
I don't know if LeBron's behind it. I don't know.
Clutch Sports sponsor.
Sponsor
crazy. Sports.
Yeah, and it's chosen by a committee that features Rich Paul and Maverick Carter. Right?
Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
But LeBron based on...
I just think based around
all around game. Yeah. I mean, I guess.
I know who's not getting it, and that's Jayson Tatum. Can he just get in the damn game?
No, he's going to play this.
Can he just get in the damn game?
He'll play tomorrow.
I'm just curious to see how many minutes he plays.
Can he just get in the game? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, goodness gracious is right. Okay. Paul makes a lot of strong, valid, convincing points because LeBron is the point guard. LeBron is going to have the ball in his hands, and Tyrese Halliburton has not played a second now for like three straight games, right?
Yep.
He just doesn't even get on the floor, so he's done.
He's bolted to the bench.
Okay. LeBron, it feels like to me, is on a mission to do this, and I don't disagree. Obviously, he's trying to build a longevity legacy, and if he could do this at age 39, win his third gold to Jordan's 2, and especially if he could win the MVP, well, it's just another feather in cap. It's just another thing you could say, well, there, and all those billions of blind witnesses out there who support and defend and apologize for LeBron, they'd say, see, look at what he did at 39. And he looks great at 39. And he played a hellacious great game the other day. I give it up to him. It was an all-around, wire-to-wire game where he played the most minutes. But that stretch by Kevin, I've just never seen anything like it before, where I don't even know if you're going to be able to play or not, and you're a starter by nature, by birth. You just start, and then you come in cold, which you never do, with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and you make your first shot, and then you make your first 8 shots before halftime.
Yeah, and was any of his, I don't remember, was any of his shots layups?
No,
They
all
weren't,
jumpers.
huh? Yeah, all jumpers.
Just
Yeah,
three
all-
threes.
Yeah, I know, but I just didn't know if he had one at the cup.
All
I don't
jumpers.
remember.
No, and then he had the fall away at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Okay, and all of a sudden they go from down 6. I'm going to say it again. I think they were in some trouble. It would have been a close game. I just believe it. And he changed everything. So he always changes everything because that's what he does. And he is the ultimate nuclear weapon because he doesn't need to touch the ball very much.
Yeah.
So history would tell you, his international history would tell you, he's just going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Because he's played 23 international games and he shot 52% from 3. It's hard to do in 23. That's a pretty big sample size to make 52% of your three-point shots. Well, if he keeps doing that, I would have to give him a slight nod, even though LeBron's driven to do this, and LeBron's got the sugar in his hands. He controls the flow, but
But you heard Kevin Durant said how, I believe I heard him say he was tired
he did.
after the
No,
game.
he said, I'm not going to lie. He said, I was tired.
Yeah, so he's still
why
trying
wouldn't
to
he
round. Yeah, he's still trying to round himself out in the game shape, which means his minutes is going he plays 17 minutes.
So they'll increase slightly.
So
I would agree.
They would get better slightly. So there is a chance.
Do you think he'll start, Kevin? He said he'll do whatever Steve Kerr asked him to do.
Well, I think if he doesn't start game 2 after getting his feet wet game 1, I think they'll keep the rotation the same.
Okay.
I just do. I mean, they starting to, it looked like they had some chemistry, but I feel like he did play well with Bron
He did.
out there on the court,
Sure.
too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But I think it just really doesn't matter. The most important thing is Jayson Tatum going to play?
Okay.
I mean, come on.
That's the
I
most
mean, I
important
had to
thing
really
to
sit
you.
back and think about it. I was trying to make excuses for Kerr and all of this, because it just don't make sense, for him to apologize and he felt terrible about it.
Because Tatum is great, and you got great players. Like
But how do you,
Skip
as a
says
coach, walk past
5.
him or turn your head and look down the bench and say, here, let me take Derek White.
But he already explained that to him, though, prior to the game, that he wasn't going to play according to
But
Steve
why
Kerr.
did he apologize then?
Because everybody's asking why he didn't play, and he's just saying that, hey, man, this guy here
Why does he feel
deserves to
terrible?
play. Because he deserves to play, but based on the matchup, for whatever reason, he felt like he didn't want to play him in that matchup.
That's not the matchup. That wasn't it.
But what was it then, Paul?
It wasn't the matchup, Keith. This guy can play 4 positions.
I understand that based on what you're telling me.
Let's say if we talked about defensively. What can he do? What can't he do defensively that LeBron James and Kevin Durant can't do as far as when we talk about the matchups on the court?
Well, not just them, anybody, basically.
No, that's true.
But if I got
They're all the same height, athletic.
I understand, but if I'm going with LeBron and KD, and I'm going with the other guy, somebody's got to sit.
So, and how does Anthony Edwards move ahead of him on the pecking order?
Because Anthony Edwards is playing a different position, I'm assuming.
No, they all play. It's just positionless basketball, Keith.
Okay.
They all play the same wing, forward.
So maybe Ant-Man sits this game.
Yeah, I just have a problem.
Or Derek White sits this game. And Tatum and Ant-Man is up.
Yeah.
I understand if you go into game 2 against South Sudan and he doesn't play significant minutes, then have a conversation about that. But I think he's going to play significant minutes.
Yeah.
Paul, I told you yesterday, it was not a good look for Jayson
No, it
because it
wasn't.
sent
I
a
really
message
sat
to a lot
back.
of people who have some doubts. Like Steve Kerr decided he's just not good enough.
Oh, no, come
it wasn't
on
that he
now,
wasn't good
Skip.
enough.
Okay, but
It was far
if the
from
goal
that.
is just to win gold, it's just all about the gold, then Steve Kerr is going to play Jayson Tatum if he thinks
I'll tell
Jayson
you this,
Tatum is
though.
going to help win the game.
You know the one good
Right.
thing that's going to come out of this, Skip?
He said it's matchup.
No.
That's what he said.
You know the one great thing that's going to come out of this?
It's going to help the Celtics.
Celtics is
I
going
knew
to
he
be
was
the
gonna-
most
I knew he was
motivated
gonna say
team
that.
you're going to see
Then you
next
should
year.
be happy.
You got one didn't make the Olympic team. You got one that got benched for a game that was a first-team
I hate y'all,
All-NBA
man.
champion.
That dude didn't get benched.
What do you call it?
He went with a different lineup in this game. He's
All
changing
right, well,
the lineup.
look, I know stuff. I better see some change come Wednesday. We're going to see something different Wednesday.
Y'all, man, y'all.
You know what, Key?
Y'all in your hypotheticals.
I know the Serbia lineup pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm not like,
Like, there's no reason.
hey, I don't see a matchup.
I don't see a matchup
like-
come on, where he can't play. In the
Okay,
Olympics.
so why would Steve Kerr?
You know, time out real quick. Like France, they cause different because they have these two guys.
All right,
You know,
I get
and
it.
then all of a
trees.
sudden you're like, we got to play Embiid and AD. We got to
Right.
start them both. You know,
Right.
like we
I
need
get
to.
that.
That's a matchup.
But I think Serbia across
Yeah.
the board was big, though, I thought.
yeah, they are
Across the
They
board.
got 2 7-footers, including
Yeah,
Joker.
and that's why the three dudes was in the rotation like that. Look, man, if the coach is coming to the podium and saying, this is the reason I did it, and he's not telling the truth to Tatum, that's a problem. But I,
mean, the
don't think
whole-
Steve Kerr is doing that. I don't think he's making this up just on the fly.
I know, but you always say what's the single most important ingredient in your relationship with the
Communication.
is communication.
And I'm sure he
did.
communicated
And
that
then,
with
then he
Jason.
re-communicated it through the media back to Jason
Yes.
by saying, I felt like an idiot. I felt terrible because he wants Jason and he doesn't want to lose Jason for the rest of the tournament, right? Because you're risking losing where he's just going to shut down on you. Like, okay, if you don't want me to play, then I won't play.
I should have looked at his face on the bench. That would have told me a lot too, though. How he was interacting on the bench.
But they want to give KD a look. And
Yeah,
we all
you
knew
give
that.
KD a look. Yeah, all
I
that.
see how he looked from his
Well, that
injury
was
there.
the ultimate curveball. Did you
That
think
was the
Steve Kerr
curveball because
thought
you
that
didn't expect
KD's going to come in and score
You didn't
21?
expect KD to come in that hot and do what he did. So I chalk it up to that.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
see what
why-
happens tomorrow night, man.
You know what? It's possible
all day or
that
whenever
the
they play.
original plan was I'll send in Kevin and let him play 5 minutes, and then it'll be
go from
Jason's
there.
turn.
Right. But then when
all
he
of a sudden,
caught fire-
Kevin looks like Kevin.
Right.
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 But he said he told, this is what y'all keep forgetting. He said he told and talked to Jason prior to the game to let him know that he's not up. He's not going to play.
Do you think he told him you won't play at all?
That's what he said he told him. He said that, not me. I'm not making it up.
Well, I wouldn't
This is
want-
what Steve Kerr said. Hey, we're going to go in another direction today.
If I'm Jayson Tatum, I would voice my displeasure.
No, I wouldn't, because you're communicating with me. Just let me be
Okay.
up against South Sudan. Now, if I'm not up against South Sudan, now we got some issues.
All right.
Because you got me over here away from my family in my, summer vacation,
Yeah.
and you playing this
Right.
game with me. But I don't think Steve Kerr would do that.
Okay, back to Kevin versus LeBron for MVP. If you look hard at Kevin's international play, it's Jordan-esque. I mean, if you start talking about, if I just took Kevin's international games, you could start saying, well, he belongs in the GOAT debate. If you're just doing his international play, because it's extraordinary. And that's why I wouldn't bet against him to keep firing and win MVP.
Yeah. Well, I think the next game is going to tell a lot based on his minutes because LeBron's going to play. You got to understand this. Skip, as we get closer
Wait
and
until you get
closer to the medal
games,
rounds,
yeah. Ugh.
LeBron not coming out the game.
No, he is not coming out of the game.
If he played 27 minutes in pool play, by the time he get to Canada,
Agreed.
France,
Right.
You're going to be in the 30,
man, he going to be 32 minutes.
32.
Yeah. So he's going to have the most opportunistic chance to get the tournament MVP.
Do you think LeBron will listen to Steve Kerr if Steve tries to sub for him? Like when LeBron plays for the Lakers, he just takes himself in and out when he feels
No, he'll be like, I'm
which is
okay.
fine.
He'll probably look over like, you need one. Listen,
No.
LeBron's substitution is like they got a system. But if Bron, when they start getting to the medal rounds, if Bron look tired and Steve try to send him, but Bron look and say, I'm okay, he'll leave him in.
Well, all-star players got that.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, all-star players got that. Yeah,
Steph Curry could do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not coming out. I'm good.
right.
I mean, that's just, that's what comes with the star. If KD's in the game and he looks winded, he can just put his hands up and I'm good. Leave me alone.
But Jayson Tatum has to sit at the end of
He
the
got to
Man, we all need to stop,
The
man.
NBA champs
Oh,
got to sit
God.
at the end of the
The best
bench.
Punishing y'all.
The NBA champ got to sit at the end of the
Punishing.
bench.
Wait, is he the best player on the best team? Is that what?
I mean, clearly he's probably the third best behind,
Derek White,
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
In a moment, Mike Flores.